currently 6 AM on the day of the men's Olympic marathon. Just getting a 5-mile jog in before the real action starts. Running right alongside the course. Not actually allowed on the course, but I'm still running in the first K, so maybe that'll change as I get along a bit. Arrived in Paris pretty late last night. Got to the flat about 11 PM. It was hot, really hot, too hot to sleep, but it's a lot cooler today. Weather feels pretty perfect for a marathon. Maybe a little hot, and we still have 2 hours to go, but hopefully that doesn't play a factor. The boys can have a good one. Obviously, I still need to get my training in for the weekend, so if you stick around, I'm going to be giving some tips on how you can get your running in when you're on holiday. Anyway, I know you're not here to listen to me, so good luck to the GB boys. Let's get into it. That's the start there.
Merci d'accueillir celui qui était 3 fois olympien, médaillé d'or en 2000.
Just walking down to see the boys. Emil's just got back into the lead group at 25k. We're watching on iPlayer. Looks like it's going well. Not seen Phil yet, but I'm sure he's pacing himself. I know he's going to come through strong in the second half. Sitting just after 37k on the road. Emil's currently in second. They've just went through 30k. Try not to get too excited, but it's quite exciting. Waiting now about 20 minutes till they pass by.
Go on, Emil! Come on, Emil! Go on, Emil! Let's go, Emil! Come on, Emil! Go, Phil! Go on, Phil! Come on, Phil! That's it! Keep working!
Marathon is done, well, men's marathon at least. The main event for us with Phil and Emil. Emil had an absolute belter, 4th. Looks like he might get a medal at one point, but honestly, 4th is a just amazing run. Phil had a great run as well. 46 in the end, seemed to pace it really well. I think he passed 4 or 5 guys in the last 2k. So, well done to both of them. I needed an absolutely massive nap after watching that, so I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. I hope they're happy. I'm just going to try and enjoy the rest of the weekend in Paris and up bright and early for the women's race again tomorrow.
What are they?
It's the next day, Sunday morning in Paris. It's just went 6 o'clock and I'm 3 miles into my run, which has never happened before, but I got pretty hot yesterday and I just want to get it done so I can enjoy my last full day. This is my first time in Paris and I feel like I've not really seen anything yet. So we're going to do touristy stuff today. We had a bit of an issue with getting across the course yesterday, so I actually only seen the race at the start and then again at 37k. So hopefully we can iron out those issues for the women's race today, be on the right side of the course, so that we can see them at least 3 times, maybe 4. But I need to get this run done first. I swear the Eiffel Tower is right there. There we go. just about halfway into the run. Only got 2 hours today, down from 2 hours and 20 last week. I think coach knew I would be busy and a bit tired, and he was right. Definitely don't feel that good, but getting it done, and it'll be good to have whole day free. I've also lost the course. I feel like I'm kind of just running on a main road. At least it's flat. I don't think I want to run too many miles on that course after hearing about it yesterday. Back on the course. Here the drink station's coming up. Missed this on the way out. Also, there's too much to see here. This has been the longest 2 hour run ever. Just finished the run. Finished about 5 minutes before the start of the women's race. So caught them at 1k, and now we're jogging a few hundred metres to catch them again at 4k. I don't need any more running, but this is what we're doing. My mum and dad are back there somewhere. I'm sure they'll find us. He was just slagging me for having the same t-shirt on as I did in last week's video, so I promise I've got more than one t-shirt. I just like this one.
Just wants to wait by doing that. It looks to me as though they've decided, okay, if you're still here.
Heading back to the flat now. It's been a long day and it's only like 3:30, but day started for me at 5:30. Well, 5:36 AM for my long run, and I've been on my feet ever since. A lot of sightseeing, the Arc de Triomphe, tried to see the Olympic flame, couldn't. So I've seen one thing, the Arc de Triomphe, but it was good. Highlight of the day, of course, was the women's marathon. We absolutely nailed the spectating today. The complete opposite of yesterday, where we only seen the race twice. We managed to see them 4 times, I think. Plus we found a cafe to watch it on the TV. So we basically got to see the entire race. Probably one of the best races ever. So glad I came over for that. That's nice.
Bo ja mówię, nie no, przecież, ja mówię, potrzebuję bilety na dzieciaki, bo ja mogę jechać.
Just finishing up a big night out in Paris. Managed one cider before moving on to a Fanta, which is how you know training's starting to go well. I feel like as I've got more old and boring, alcohol's just became less appealing when training goes up. So that's good. I've enjoyed my food here. Tried snails for the first time. Which were great. Had a nice pizza earlier. And gonna just probably go back and chill now. Get a few miles in the morning before heading home. And also, Haile Gebrselassie is probably going to remain our most famous spot of the weekend. Which is a pretty good spot. No complaints there. I've been hoping for Snoop Dogg all weekend, but seems unlikely now. Very exciting update. 50,000 steps for the day. It's going to be a new record, definitely.
Próxima parada, Fundo da Menor,
We're on a final run of the holiday. Well, I'm on my final run of the holiday. Holly's on her first run of the holiday. Means I have my videographer here for the first time so far. It's been a tiring weekend, but I've been able to fit in all the training that I wanted to. There's definitely a few things that you can do to help when you're on holiday and you want to get training done. For me, the first thing, and this applies to daily life as well, is prioritising your training so that it's the first thing that you're doing in the day. If you know you've got things to do that day, sights to see, you have to be getting up early to get the training done first. You don't want to be thinking about the run all day as well, but also if you leave it, you may just not get it done. Another thing that I did this weekend in particular is change my week about slightly. Usually I would always do a really easy 5-mile jog on Mondays, but last week I ran a bit longer on Monday so that I could have a 5-mile easy jog once I got to Paris. Just making sure when you have more free time at the start of the week that you can front load a little. Don't go mad, don't run 80 miles in 4 days so that you don't have to do anything when you get to Paris. Just a few extra miles here and there so that you can enjoy the holiday and so that you can walk 53,000 steps and not die. My videographer has a dead arm, so we're back to what we've been using for the past 2 days. We're on a lovely park in the outskirts of Paris, and that's another tip, is just get out and go see places that you would never see if you weren't running. We were 20 minutes in the metro to get here. We're not going to do that just to see a park, but it's absolutely lovely. So get out, go somewhere a bit different, stop and take photos and videos, make the non-runners that you're on holiday with jealous when you get back. Another thing that's important when you're away is just staying hydrated and eating well. If you're from the UK like me, you're probably going somewhere that's significantly warmer than what you're used to. So throughout the day, you just need to be making sure you're hydrated, making sure you're eating well, eating enough, and trying to eat as healthy as possible. I think the last thing is just don't be scared to slow down. You're probably doing a lot more on your feet than you would back home. You're maybe not sleeping as much because you're out trying to see things. It's maybe too warm. We don't have air conditioning, so the sleep hasn't been great. So just slow down, get the training in, and know that you walking around all day is also fatiguing. So you don't want to be hammering training and then also walking another 10 miles on top of that. Just pull back a bit, stay in the routine, make sure the stuff gets done. Also, I have a dead arm now, so I'm gonna go. The real final tip is buy sunglasses that don't slip down your nose when you sweat, which I haven't done. Just landed back in Edinburgh and it's actually sunny for once. Final thoughts on the weekend. Really glad that we went out. A shame we couldn't get tickets for the athletics, but honestly the marathon was amazing. Both marathons were amazing. Really just loved the experience and the atmosphere. Things on the Olympics as a whole. Performance of the champs, it's got to be Hassan for me, and that marathon is just insane. Race of the champs, men's 1500. But yeah, amazing weekend, amazing experience. Hopefully in 4 years can do it again in LA. Surprisingly, didn't really recognise anyone in the airport. The only person we ended up recognising was Neil Gourley, who I've known for like 15 years. Still great to meet someone who competed in an Olympic final, even if you have known them since you were a child. Gonna go now, get home, about an hour drive home from Edinburgh to Glasgow, and make sure I recover because I have 8 by a mile tomorrow morning, and it's meant to be raining.